Welcome to Faded Evidence, unraveling the past one clue at a time, with your host, retired detective captain and private investigator, Vince Wallace.
Hello and welcome to the introductory episode of Faded Evidence. I'm your host, Vince Wallace. I'm a retired detective captain and cold case investigator. In this program, we're going to delve into the realm of cold cases and many important topics that are part of these unique investigations. These podcasts may contain depictions of violence that some people may find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised. I was inspired to start this podcast due to the overwhelming interest in the topic of cold cases and a lot of the mystery behind solving these crimes. I have personally worked and helped solve some of these cases, and I want to share my insight and experiences of working cold cases with you. Cold case investigations are not for everyone, and it is necessary to be aware of and utilize tools that are currently available to assist in closing these open cases. There are many reasons why some cases go unsolved for decades, but it is necessary for investigators to think outside the box at times and to use resources that might be available now that were not at the time of the initial investigation. I would like to touch briefly on the program itself. I plan to release a new episode every other week and highly encourage you to subscribe on your favorite platforms so you're immediately notified of new episodes as they become available. Lastly, I would like to touch on topics that will be discussed. I plan on delving into specific cold cases themselves at times, but also a behind-the-scenes look at how cold case units are formed and run, investigation methodology, solvability factors, tools that are used, techniques, as well as some interviews with key players in the field of cold case investigations. Some guests will include family members of victims of cold case homicides, detectives, cold case unit coordinators, case reviewers, civilian volunteers, as well as key players involved with the companies that do STR DNA and others that work with genetic genealogy. I hope to have a wide variety of guests that are and have worked directly with the solving of these cases. We will also cover some of these cases along the way and take an in-depth look at how the investigations have unfolded. The investigation into the homicide or death of another human being is not for everyone and bears a heavy burden and responsibility on investigators. Not only do they have to balance the delicacy of dealing with the victim's family, but they also have to deal with the interview and interrogation of the person or persons responsible, all while keeping within the boundaries of the law and departmental operating procedures. If investigations are not handled properly, evidence gets thrown out and suspects go free. You only get one opportunity to process these scenes, seize evidence, and handle things appropriately the first time. It takes a special type of person to possess the energy, drive, knowledge, and ability to look outside the box and read these sometimes decades-old cases. There are many unique challenges in these investigations, and I would like to share my experiences with you. Please look for episode 1 of Faded Evidence, a behind-the-scenes look inside a cold case unit. The views and opinions expressed by the guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. Any parties mentioned in whole or part of an investigation are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. All opinions given by the host are my own.